So here we are. We are in action. I'm wearing my 1990s blazer. Thinking about the future. I'm so glad everybody is starting to show up now. Yes, you'll see my blazer. It's not hot in here right now, but I might have to take it off. There is a chance. So I'm the entertainment for a little while as we wait for 10eighty6 to show up. And very excited to see all these people here. It's been very exciting, very exciting day. We've had some unpredictable moments. Great release day. My Instagrams have been blowing up because yes, I had a release today too. And it's about as synthwave as they come. I'd like to show you something. This was my from my original Agent Johnny Red album. You'll see the colors there. I just found this piece of paper. This was before I even knew synthwave was a thing. So yeah, I was already there. Now I don't produce synthwave, but I really enjoy some of it. Not all of it. The good stuff, the stuff with soul, right? Not the mass-produced stuff. This song in the background right now is Heartbreak Kids by 10eighty6. He's nice enough to release an instrumental, and he's releasing an instrumental, and he's also releasing a song with vocals. And the person who he's releasing with, her name is Angel. It's at Angel Pie. So I just started following her. Looks like we lost a couple people, but hopefully they'll be back for the interview. So, yeah, getting ready for 10eighty6 to show up. I said, take your time, man. I said, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna talk to some people. I'm going to, hold the crowd down, maybe keep some people here so we build up a good number for when he shows up. Because if you don't know 10eighty6, he's very elusive. He doesn't really show his face. What's up, Ano? He doesn't really show his face. He's kind of in the shadows. So to get him, when I first started this interview idea, he came up and sent me a direct message and said, I'm in on having an interview. And I think that's just so cool that he approached me. Yeah, here we go. We're up to 4 people. Let's go. Yeah, I can't believe he's doing it either. It's and there he is. So we're gonna just. Oh wait, look. He shows up and it's the end of the song. How does that work, right? So I'm gonna take this background off. We're gonna go back to reality here. Yes, I'm in the dark. Is it too dark? I feel like it's an interview and it's dark. Hey, there's my new best friend, Q. And thank you so much, 1138, for following me on YouTube. Hey, it's a little thing, but thanks, man. Appreciate it. So, 10eighty6, you're welcome to come in at any time. JJ, thank you. Man, what a crew we got here. What a crew. You guys are filling my heart with love. That's what's up. That's what we're doing. Yeah, it was very exciting here. Very exciting. Let's, okay. Oh, what the hell do I do? That's about right. Well, you just, hit that button down at the bottom there. There we go. Yeah, hit the join. JJ knows what to do. I'm super happy that Jenny is here. Woo! Don't do the head dance. I did the head dance, okay? I've been told not to do the head dance, but I can't help it, okay? I can't help doing the head dance. And Aitana's here. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't be surprised if Atlas broke his broke his little. No, there's no chance. There's no chance he's gonna come, because if Atlas showed up and broke his streak of, you know, being away from Instagram, he would realize he had 100 messages and he would answer them all. Oh my gosh. You'll see join, man. You'll see it. Join it's down at the bottom. Just press one of those buttons. Thank you, Q. Thank you, Q. And thank you, Claire, for showing up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Claire just posted a new video on YouTube. Jezzy? Yo, Jezzy! Okay. We're in. Atlas will catch it. He will catch it. He will catch it. Look at this.
I made it.
You made it. It's been a good adventure.
Yeah, that was like one of the hardest things that I've ever done in my life. Trying to join a freaking Instagram live video. I felt like a boomer just sitting there going, "What the fuck do I do?" Like, but here I am.
The pressure was on. You had to be here at, you know, the certain time, and the buttons are all confusing. Why? You know, what do they even mean?
Hell if I know. I didn't just then.
So yeah, thanks for joining me. We were talking about how elusive you are and how you're nobody's really seen your face. Who has? Who knows you? Who doesn't?
Would you go out in public with this thing? I'm not stupid. Sure. I gotta sell music. I can't sell it with this face. That's why it's just a silhouette of just colors.
Just colors. I like that. Colors and feeling. Exactly. So, and we all love the aesthetic, and it's a consistent message. You know, the consistent message is really important to a lot of Instagram people and to a lot of people following music. I'm not able to do it. My consistent is inconsistent, you know, surprises. So this is a surprise for you.
Yeah, well, but the thing is, it's super easy to post something because you feel a certain way one day, and then the next day, you don't know where your head's at really, but you may be drawn to a different aesthetic, whatever it is, and so you can be all over the place, but you're still being you. It's been hard for me to sit there and actually say, nope, can't post that, it doesn't fit in. I've had to do that, like shit that I really like, and I'm like, nah, I better not do that. It's gonna mess my page up, and it's like the hardest thing, but you have to stick to a brand, and I've never done that in my life until the 1086 project. Everything else was so half-assed, and this one I'm actually trying to stick with and push a little bit for now.
Yeah, I like it, and I've had a long conversation with Munitix about how he does it. Like, he is very, very precise about exactly what he posts, and he does not go off-brand. So it's always inspiring to see those people who go straight for their brand. And, you know, in their vision. I've had a lot of talks with people about their vision, and, you know, there's different visions, but staying true to your vision is the artistic journey.
Yeah.
How long has it? So one thing we like to do is keep it, and thank you everybody for showing up, is keep it to limited questions. So we'll do just a limited amount of questions, maybe five or six, and then a question at the end by the guests.
Okay.
Sounds that
good.
Way it doesn't sprawl into an hour. I think me and 59.
Can y'all hear me? Is this actually working?
I can hear you pretty good.
Can you hear me really good? Is that loud?
A little too much, but I think they like it. I think
dude, I'm gonna fuck this up. Here we go. Let's do this.
This is great. This is fucking great,
hey,
man. It's
like
great.
that.
We have Mickey Mouse. We got Kapowski. We got Mickey. I brought an old album cover, which this was like from 2000. I just found it. 2005, I don't know, 10 or 12. 2012. Yeah. Before I even knew synthwave, I was making synthwave covers. It's interesting. It's the aesthetic.
It was in you.
Yeah, we're the same generation, I imagine. So,
Genie. Sorry,
so
had to
awesome.
say hey.
We got such a good crew here. This is great, man. I mean, 10 people is and 10 awesome people. So, how long has 1086 been going? Like how long is this project?
I'm just gonna kind of guess off my ass a little bit, like March or April of last year. So it's been just over a year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I didn't really, it didn't really turn into anything, and I didn't really decide to stick with it until Neon Love, which I believe that was August of last year when it did its thing. And so.
Yeah. Where just I'll point out that Neon Love has 105,000 plays on Spotify. You know, we'll point that out to the viewers.
I'm sorry, you ducked out for a minute. What was it?
105,000 listens.
Yeah, and that, dude, it's not like people found me and was like, "Oh my God, listen to this song." Because honestly, I think the song's corny as hell. It's just me being honest. And it had no. I was hoping for like 1,000 plays like 2 years from now, but I shared that on Reddit, and for some reason, that sub that I shared it on freaking ate it up, and it hasn't happened since. I've been throwing my freaking music on there, going, "Y'all freaking take this, like make this like that," and they're just like, "Nah, we're good." So it's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, Reckless is a great song with vocals. California doesn't have vocals, right?
No, California does.
California does, yes, and Reckless does.
Let's see. I don't think I've released anything as a single, just as a instrumental. I think they all have vocals.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, in California, you didn't release the instrumental too.
Right. Because it was too consistent. There was nothing special about the instrumental. It was just literally a backdrop to the vocals.
Yeah.
With a nice little synth here and there.
Yeah, so it was the Reddit forum that just somehow got you on some playlists, some Spotify playlists, or one?
Well, I look at stats. I'm a huge stat nerd just because I want to see where I'm at or how I'm doing. And I'm sorry, somebody don't Google something. It caught me. It messed me up. Anyway, so most of my plays, I'm shaking here. Most of my plays come from algorithm. So it's just like playing me because I'm related to an artist that you listen to, that type of deal. It's not, I've yet to be put on a Spotify playlist, which kind of sucks. I feel like it's good enough to go in there, but at the same time, you're like, well, maybe it's not quite as good as the Midnight. So that's a lot of competition out there.
Do you submit to the playlist? Do you go online and submit to any specific ones? Because there's websites that you can go, and it's pretty inexpensive to.
Oh, now I've only done it through Spotify for Artists. I haven't done like any external or whatever. I don't know. I've shied away from blogs, and I've shied away from stuff like that. And I guess it's because I've been turned down enough. Because when I started doing music, I wasn't doing electronic music. I was doing like Bob Dylan type stuff, like the Avett Brothers, and I was butchering the shit out of some folk songs. And now here I am.
I know the feeling. I do the whole acoustic thing as well. We have similar influences. I remember talking to you back in October. We have a couple similar influences. It's been that long, man. It's crazy that, to connect with you, all the NetVio people just a little bit in October, and now we're going on. It's going to be a year pretty soon. I think Aitan said it's going to be around year NetVio anniversary around August 14th. So it's just interesting. But yeah, so what turned you from the folk songwriting? I imagine you were singing and playing acoustic.
I sucked. I recorded things like I used to have. This is so stupid. So I used to record on my iPhone. I had like a little garage band. And I would do like overdubs of just, I don't even know what the hell I was playing. I even like one day, like I bought a banjo just because I watched the Avett Brothers and I was like, oh, that's cool shit. So never found out how to play it. I just did a ding, 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 ding. It's just like, cool, whatever. Look, here I am. but I never made a song that I was happy with. So I got away from that, and I was done.
Okay.
Like before I did 1086, I was done with music. I was like, you know what? I should do something else, get a different hobby. And then I ended up playing around with Ableton just because I was bored, and it just kind of happened. Because I don't know music theory. I can't tell you what note goes with another note. I can't tell you what key my songs are in. It's literally, I can start with a note, and then I'll start finding another note that comes after that sounds like it goes with it. I'm like, oh shit, Einstein. Like I just figured that, but really I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Honestly, when I tell people that my songs were accidental, I swear on my life, every song that's ever come together has been majority accidental.
So no specific, like not starting with the drums, not starting with the piano, not starting with the bass, just whatever happens.
Dude, I start with a fart sometimes just to get the room going. Like
Yeah.
it just depends. Like some days I can sit there and play with a melody. I can play with a bass. It's just whatever happens. Because I can start something good. My daughter will come in, like looking for a doll. Because my studio is actually like her playroom, and 80% of the room is dolls and stuffed animals and like a Barbie dream house. So I'll be sitting there like in the dark trying to do something, and she'll come in. She'll be like, "Daddy, have you seen my Barbie?" And I'm like, there it went. There went my idea. It just left. Okay, let's start over. But that's a struggle.
So is that where the nostalgia comes from playing in a room full of Barbies?
Yeah. Yeah, it really takes me back to when I had my very own Ken doll. And I was so, you think I'm playing, I'm for real.
Okay, all right.
I think I talked one of my cousins into let me have her Ken doll. I don't know why. But I was so confused as to where his penis was. And for like an hour straight, I was just like looking, I was like, what the hell's going on? This isn't even right. And like I'd look at mine and look at his and like this is throwing me off. It was just so weird. I ended up throwing it into a fire that we had out in the backyard just because I was like, that thing's evil. It doesn't have a penis.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing evil about that right now. If you don't have one, if you do have one, all the same to me. Politically correct moment. We had a politically correct moment there.
Yeah. I was actually just now trying to fart.
It was good. Well, that's what the silence was. Yeah. Well, it's hard to know if it's silence because of awkwardness or silence because, hey, I have to fart.
Yeah.
Well, we can keep coming back to that reoccurring fart theme.
You'll probably get one here in a minute
if you wish. It's good. So speaking of nostalgic, synthwave is a genre that is pervaded by such nostalgia, and I get sucked into Instagram nostalgia, like not as bad as I did on my original account because I'm not putting as much effort on it, but I used to have used to follow all the 80s toys and stuff. So did you grow up in the 80s?
No, I was born in 86. That's where that's where my name comes from, 1086. First of all, I just got desperate. At first, I don't know what my name was going to be, whatever. But anyway, I stuck somehow on 1086, and it's because 10 stands for October, then 86 is the year, so October 86. So, like most kids, like when you start, I guess, getting memories that stick, you're probably around the 3 to 5 years old. Mm-hmm. So the turn of the 90s was actually probably, which the 80s are still cool. I would say 91, 92, 93 might as well have just been the 80s because things kind of stuck. So, but pop culture was still 80s, music was still 80s. Yeah. Even as I grew up, for some reason, I would always go like, well, shit, like I want to hear 80s music. I don't want to listen to frickin' Christina Aguilera talk about how dirty her butthole is. So that's just kind of how
Yeah, exactly. So, so was there any? Do you remember any specific like items or anything that like nostalgic items or specific nostalgic songs that are kind of with you when you're creating this other than the Ken doll?
Honestly, when I write music, I put myself in I always go to California in my head, kind of, and I have no fucking idea what California looks like. I've never been there. All I know is what Hollywood told me. But
Right.
I kind of put myself on the Pacific Coast Highway in California, whatever the hell it looks like, however it feels, I don't know, with lit up neon signs passing by 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids in love. And that's kind of where I put my mind. I don't really go back. I go forward. But I go to a future that still hangs on to the past. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
So, yeah, obviously I'm looking at your T-shirt right now. So, I mean, so Saved by the Bell clearly is, I mean, they probably started in the 80s. I think late 80s.
Yeah, late 80s, yeah. It was like named something else, like when it first started, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had one season where it wasn't Saved by the Bell, and I was like, that's not Saved by the Bell, but it actually was.
Yeah, there was another principal. It was just Zach and Screech for the first season, and they killed it. It was, I mean, I remember that show was everything. I mean, one of those characters. We won't say who, but I definitely wanted to be Zach Morris. All right,
dude, who doesn't? Like, especially like, dude, I ain't got a good head of hair. I see that kid now, and I'm like, your head of hair, I hate you.
Yeah.
So here I am.
Sucks, I tried to grow my hair long and made an afro, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't want an afro.
Dude, in high school, my hair was down to here, and I would do the whip. I would be like, I'd flip that thing right out of my face, no hands. It didn't feel stupid at the time, but like looking back at it, I was like, oh my God, like why did my friends let me do that?
So you parted in the middle or on the side?
It's kind of off to the side. Dude, at one point, like I got my ear pierced. And now remember we had kind of talked back and forth, and I talked about my mom.
Yes.
Okay. So you know what she's kind of like, right? So she just took me to the mall one day and was like, here, let's get your ear pierced. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like 11 years old, got my ear pierced. Another time she's like, hey, let's give you an undershave. So like she took and pulled all my hair up here and like put a rubber band in it or whatever and shaved all this. And next thing I know, I'm fucking a Backstreet Boy, in 6th grade walking around. So I was, okay. I'm just kind of here for the party, I guess. I have no idea where I was going with that. What was I doing?
So, well, I was going to ask about the bowl cut, and if you ever had a bowl cut.
But before the undershave, yeah.
Yeah, before the undershave, you had a bowl cut. Yeah, and then the undershave kind of superseded the
I even pulled it back, dude. I was with my Bugle Boy jeans, dude. Oh shit.
Oh yeah. I think I had Bugle Boy too. I had Gitano pumps. You remember Gitano? Jordan Max.
It sounds familiar.
Gitano. They were pumps. I mean, you had pumps, right?
We're talking shoes, right?
Yeah, sure. Like Reebok pumps. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what brand it was. It could have been a knockoff, but I remember one had the basketball on the tongue of the shoe, and you would.
Oh yeah, that's Reebok. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I would pump that thing up, and I still could only jump like 2 inches off the ground, but in my mind, I was like, because I watched Space Jam. I watched Space Jam once. The next thing I know, I thought I was tall enough to dunk, and I would do it over and over and over, and it just did not work out for me. I'm 5'8".
And back then they didn't have the nets that can go down to 7 feet. It wasn't
exactly.
Now they had like, oh, we'll bring the net down to 7 feet. Everybody can slam dunk here. Who needs to jump anymore? If anybody doesn't know, Reebok pumps have a little, they're a brand of they're a shoe that have a little basketball on there, and you pump them up, and there's like these little inflatable things that like make it even tighter. So I don't know why they still don't make them. It was pretty cool. They probably do.
The thing is, like now they could actually make pumps that actually pump. Like that gives you like an extra 2 feet on your vertical, but they don't do it. I'm still waiting on the Back to the Future shoes to come out with the hoverboard. That actually hovers.
I could watch Back to the Future 1 and 2 forever.
Dude, my daughter's on a Back to the Future 3 kick right now. Every night before she goes to bed, because she loves the Old West. I let her play Red Dead 2. Probably not smart, but I let her play that. She fell in love with horses, and she calls it back then. So she'll be like, when she first saw Back to the Future 3, saw that he went to the Old West, she's like, is that back then? I was like, yeah. She's like, I want to watch this movie when I go to bed tonight. I was like, okay, cool. Next night, I want to watch Back to the Future 3 because they're back then. And I was like, all right. 7, 8, 9 nights later, she's still watching Back to the Future 3 every single night before she goes to bed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was good. I haven't rewatched it, but I remember how much I liked it when I was young.
She's with the way she is with Back to the Future is kind of like how I am with The Notebook. I just watch it over and over.
The Notebook.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It's a great movie. Are you serious?
I've never seen The Notebook.
Have you lost your mind?
I've lost my mind.
The interview's over. The interview's over. I'm done. I'm so mad.
He's really so mad. He's just being polite. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm waiting for a special someone to watch The Notebook with. Yeah, he's so mad. He's throwing shit. Yep. Okay. So you ride horses?
Oh no, I don't ride horses. I'm actually terrified of horses. But my wife does.
Okay.
So, yeah, when we started dating, she was doing rodeos. Like she was like a legit cowgirl. Like, I mean, it was fucking crazy. You know, I used to do MMA fighting, which I thought was tough, and I thought it was badass. But then I watched her do rodeos, and I was like, I ain't got shit on her. Like, this girl, like, she's actually as pretty and as girly as she is. She was manlier and cooler than me for riding a horse. So when we started dating, she had a horse. She actually had 3 horses when we started dating. Now we have a horse and a mini horse, which is and we also have a shit ton of chickens and turkeys, and we have 3 goats. We have 4 dogs. Oh my God.
You're a busy guy. And I don't feel the Wild West in any of your songs, by the way.
Nope.
Can I ask how old your daughter is, just because I'm curious?
She'll be 8 in November.
Oh, cool.
November 18th.
My son will be 3 in October. He's an October birthday, October 5th. Not the same birthday as you.
So,
that'd be.
But 5 days off. He's still one of the cool ones, right?
Heck yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We're gonna, we could talk about horses. We're gonna we could talk about horses and farts for forever. I had that feeling about you. We could just.
I can fart all day, dude. You just let me know.
So yeah, 6th grade was the biggest, age for me. The biggest changing point. Like, I was dressing up in all these cool 90s or 80s to 90s clothes. I remember I had hoods on my shirts. I remember crisscross was popular, so I went to school wearing my pants backwards. Did you ever go?
No, but I didn't have my pants on backwards. But one morning, my mom let me dress myself, and I had some Power Rangers boxers, and I wore them as shorts, nothing else under them. And they had
the hole.
They had no button on the front hole. And so I got in trouble by the teacher because I sat in the front, and my little feet were hanging. They couldn't touch on the ground, but my fly was open the entire time I was sitting down. And she was like, I can see your stuff. Like, why didn't you come to school with pants? I was like, these are pants. These are shorts. And she sent my ass home because she said I was borderline just flashing everybody. I was like, I didn't even know it was down there. I didn't know it was doing anything.
She's like, I didn't know there was a blue Power Ranger.
Like, that's the other white Power Ranger. What are you talking about?
Oh gosh, yes.
Dude, I told you I was gonna jack this up.
This is great, bro. Exactly. I have a slight vision of Between Two Ferns episode of my interview, and maybe for the.
I love that show.
We're heading slowly in that direction.
Let's do it.
What do you got? And by the way, Only One Spoon, Eitan said he never saw The Notebook as well. So me and him might have to have a bro date where we both watch it and
watch it together. Yes.
Yeah, we watch it and cry.
And prepare to have your heart broken and fall in love at the same time. I guarantee it.
So,
okay?
who am I gonna? If I was watching it with Aitan, would I fall in love with him, myself, or Ryan Gosling?
You'll fall in love with.
Or,
This is
or
gonna sound
obviously the
stupid.
female
You'll
character. Obviously
no,
the
you'll
female.
fall. Well, Rachel McAdams ain't bad, you know, but you'll fall in love with their story, man. Like it's such a. It's one of those things that it kind of jumps back and forth just a little bit, but once you understand what's going on and whatnot, and then kind of how it ends, like it's such a good. It's a good story of being selfless, like a
Okay.
perfect example of it. So, dude, it's good shit.
Okay.
I'm a huge Ryan Gosling fan. You know,
Oh,
Ryan
yeah.
Gosling's done Blade Runner. He's done Drive. So in
Yes.
the synthwave world, he's like a god. But I was watching him back in like 2001, 2002 when he was the redneck on the Remember the Titans. The cornerback's like sitting there and he's like dancing around or whatever in the locker room. So anything he does, I'll watch.
It's funny. I was going to mention that too because he is, you can't go, scrolling through Instagram synthwave stuff and not see a picture of Ryan Gosling from Drive.
Right.
And
Right.
Kavinsky, who did at least one song in that soundtrack, is releasing another album. He's working on it right now. By the
Is
way.
he?
Yeah, I watch, follow him on Instagram, watch him, and that if you haven't seen Drive is not you, but everybody listening, the epitome of what synthwave is.
That's kind of what kicked off the this era of synthwave, 2011.
2011.
The opening credit scene when that
with the colors
came in. Oh my god, dude! And that's what got us here. And they're saying now, what I hate, I love that this sound is getting out to like a bigger group of people. When you have like The Weeknd and Dua Lipa are starting to cash in on it.
Oh yeah,
it waters it down because
Yeah.
the music industry, anything trendy, anything entertainment, it's a copycat industry.
Mhm.
And so, okay, well, shit, what's this synthwave stuff, retrowave stuff you're talking about? It's catchy, sounds like the '80s. Well, let's take it back to the '80s,
Oh yeah,
and boom.
yeah.
But if they
But
can do
the
it,
more-
they can do it.
But of course, and the more produced it is, the further away from the sound it is, though.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Dude, I know all about.
I don't think the Midnight can. Oh, I shouldn't say this. And they just posted me in their story because I was dancing their music. They're very nice folks. And a couple songs on their new album is just great. The whole album is fantastic. But those first couple albums, I mean.
Oh God. Top to bottom.
I mean those top to bottom, every single song.
I wasn't super crazy about this one in terms of as a whole, but they had some really good songs on there. They had Last Train. I love Last Train. That song is great, and that song sounds like it could fit on like their other albums or whatever. But my understanding of it was, and I like this concept. The first couple albums were in the '80s, and then they kind of progressed on. And if you notice with the AOL, the startup,
America Online, yeah.
they're starting around as a band, they're getting mature, and now they're around into the '90s or whatever. And I don't know. That's just how I see it.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe you're right, and that's why there's a little more Bryan Adams maybe in there.
Yeah.
In the songwriting type.
Even like some Phil Collins. They have there's some touch of definitely
Interesting.
Who's following a cult? I'll follow a cult.
Yeah, right. And once it gets into the mainstream, it's so broken down. I mean, that's a great point. The only thing I can really refer it to that's really concrete that I think you'll understand is talking about production in the music industry is Nirvana. Of course, Nirvana is the perfect example of how, there was Nirvana, they were grunge. There were a lot of other grunge artists unknown, but Nirvana made it popular, and then everybody went grunge.
Yeah.
And,
well, it became okay to be reckless, I guess. It kind of reckless, nonchalant. That became okay because everybody before them was like, I think about the '80s. It was okay. Well, who has the best style? Who sticks out more? How many bands with like 4 or 5 kids can put together. And phone call, that's crazy. Anyway, it was aesthetics, which is what the 80s is built on. But
Interesting.
Because dude, I love alternative rock from 90s. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's because as a kid growing up, so many things kind of like linked up to memories because of those songs, but
yeah, there was the good songs that very good songs, very good alternative songs that didn't all sound like Better Than Ezra, you know, early Weezer, the Pinkerton album. We won't. Yeah, so that's the point. I mean, the overproduction of synthwave almost, and I think Ano was saying it almost makes it less synthwave, right? Because it's clean, it's crisp, and it's not the feeling I get with your songs is the rawness of it, the real feeling behind it in your synth sounds. Now, interesting question here. Are you getting your stuff mastered? Is it all self-produced?
No, it's all underproduced by me. So, yeah.
That's a lot of hard work, man. So your car, in your car, listening everywhere you can get. Oh, we're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a tough road, dude, but it sounds good. It sounds great on my speakers. Sounds good anywhere I've listened to it. So great work. I mean,
and I can't tell you how many times I've sat there and because they sound different in headphones, especially studio headphones. You play with them, you master or mix it or whatever it is, and then I always do the car trick, or the car test or whatever. I'll take it out to my frickin' truck. I'll turn it on. I'll play it, and you can hear if it's too bassy. You can hear if the S's come through too much and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And then I have to take a mental note and go, okay, well, I need to change that. So I come in here, start working on it again, forget what the hell I was supposed to fix in the first place because I'm going to and from. But normally, I'd say on average, I make about 10 different mixes of my songs before I probably get it right. So it's a process.
That's not bad. So that's not bad. 10 mixes. I know some people are like 50, or for me it was going on more than 20 when I was doing it myself. At least. So you write notes in your car, like what you need to fix. No,
I just put it up here. And this brain's it's not very big, so it's like, well, I can only fit so much, and then I get back in there and I sit down and I'm wondering, what's for dinner. And then I'm like, oh, wait. I don't know how to fix this song. So.
Yeah, exactly. Here's a good one, kind of, I think, I did want to make the point about the earrings, because everybody in 90s had earrings. I think I had one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. That was my last point about the nostalgic point. So how do you, Neon Lightning hit 100,000 plays, and I think you already kind of mentioned this, but do you connect with if any of those people who have listened on Spotify sent you a nice message on, a DM message on Instagram saying, by the way, love this song, really during this time in my life, I heard this song and I love it, do you talk with any of your fans?
Yeah, no, I've actually gotten, just what you said, I'm going through something and whatnot. I've gotten 3, 4, 5 messages like that. And, they just talk about maybe whether it just be just the chorus of the song. They said it kind of resonated with them. And it's been other songs too, not just Neon Love, but song Stay is literally about
that's a great song.
I mean, that song's from a real place because I messed up and I treated Brittany wrong, and I was this close to losing her, and so that song comes from an actual place. But I've got messages where people are like, hey, this is exactly where I'm at right now. I was there 10 years ago, but they're at it now. So it kind of transcends time and whatnot, because 200 years from now, when we're doing this, the music's playing whatever we want because it can read our thoughts. Somebody plays Stay, 200 years from now, it's going to resonate with someone then. I'll be long gone. it won't matter what it mattered to me, but it will always matter at some point in time. And so people reach out, they say, thanks for this, thanks for that, whatever. And first of all, like, it flatters me. And there are days where I go, I don't want to do music anymore. I kind of want to be done with it. And then you get a message, and it's like, well, shit, okay, it's worth it. So.
Yeah. Any small bit of, any small bit of feedback I get like that is the same for me. And, it just means the world. And actually, Stay was like my introduction to you. I watched in October when we first met. I watched all your videos, gave comments on YouTube. I was excited. But Stay was, when was that released? November-ish. It was after.
Stay was actually one of my earlier ones.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if it was like spring or summer, but it came out before Neon Love.
Oh, you're right.
Neon Love was August, I believe, July or August.
And that was the song that resonated with me as well. Really, it's all good. That song's at about 5,000 plays. California getting up on 10K, and we're gonna see how Heartbreak Kids goes, which I think is gonna just be great. So how did you? Well, we're having a good long interview here. I like it. Yeah. Heartbreak Kids. So you told, I think in your story, you told a little bit about. On your post, you told a little bit about it. Why don't you explain? Did you start the song before you found the female singer, or were you following her and then you were like?
Yeah, I was following her. I was stalking her down the street. No, actually, I figured this would get asked. But so that was an instrumental, and I've gotten to where most of my songs will go instrumental first, where I'll come up with like the chorus part of a song and then break it down for the verses or whatever. Well, I could not, for the life of me, come up with a verse, a chorus, nothing. I sat down, I wrote, and I was, I say I wrote, but I just sat there with a pen, just like looking at a piece of paper. So I actually reached out to Pauly from Netvia. I was like, hey, I was like, would you be interested in trying to do some vocals for this, whatnot? I was like, no pressure. Just if you can do something. I kind of gave her an idea of like what kind of sound I wanted, that reverby, distant vocal sound. And so she's like, yeah, I'll see what I can do with it or whatever. And but she was also in the middle of recording with I think his name's Bell Reed for Creep Motel Love. They were This is before they were releasing their stuff. They were getting ready to. I know she writes probably every damn hour of every day. It seems like she's always showing a new song, which is great, because she's got so much in her. A few weeks passed, and then she was like, hey, I don't think I can give this the attention that it needs right now. And then I was like, that's fine. I took the file back. And then it went a few weeks, probably a couple months. And I was like, man, like I got this song's either getting released as instrumental or I'm finding a singer. And one day I just sat down and I think I looked up like a hashtag like singer-songwriter or something. And scrolled. I found a couple of, and I knew I wanted a female voice, so I found a couple of girls who I love their voice, but I would check to see their followers, and they have like 70,000. I'm like, there's no way they're going to do my song for free. So,
yeah, right.
Next. But then I came across Angel and jumped on her page, and what I saw originally, like a video popped up. She did a cover of a Harry Styles song, I believe, and just the way she kind of presented her voice, just the way it was the right amount of tenderness that I was like, okay, I need to talk to her. And so I sat there, for like 20 minutes straight, like, oh my God, like what the hell did I say? Like, hey, just found you out of nowhere. Want to be on my song? Yeah. So I explained who I was. I explained, hey, I do have some listens here and there, so it's not like the song will go unheard or whatever. and just kind of told her what I was looking for, asked if she was interested, and she wrote back like the next morning, and she was like, I'm in. Like, she's like, I like your stuff. I'm in. Let's do it. I sent her the file, and she came up with the lyrics, and we just sent them back and forth, obviously through email.
Yep.
She's in Toronto, so she's up in Canada. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So so you sent her the track first, or she just listened to you on Spotify and says,
I sent her the track, so I approached her. Yeah. And she was all in, which is super cool.
Yeah, it's a great track. Great track. Let's open up for questions. Anybody have a question about the new track? Anybody hear it? Any comments about the new track?
Anybody want to make fun of the new track?
Yeah, make fun of the new track. Anything.
Just do it. Make fun of me.
Sally secretly wants to move to Canada. She's in Spain. We think Spain's pretty cool from here. We see Canada as pretty cool, I guess.
No. Polly is she's German, right?
Yeah, she's from Europe somewhere.
We think.
Angel is the Angel is the one who did the song with 10eighty6. Angel Pearl. Angel Pearl. And I don't think the link on Spotify went perfect.
Angel Pie. Angel Pie. Yeah. She was just Angel, and then she had to change it because like Spotify wouldn't take her name for some reason as just Angel. They gave her, it was, I don't know, something stupid. So
I'm clicking on Angel and I'm getting it looks like an English rapper.
Really?
And I know that because I know this guy named Giggs, who is big tough grime rapper. Sorry to bear bad news there.
So I have to get a hold of, I guess, DistroKid and be like, hey, like we need this to be. She's about to release a song on Spotify, so we'll just get it moved over there. It's no big.
Yeah, right. That'll be good. Yeah, DistroKid's been treating you all right.
What's that?
Are you happy with DistroKid so far?
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is, first of all, they're already getting like an annual subscription from you for your releases.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing like the 30 something a year, which to me is fine. But when you want to, they have the leave a legacy thing. So if you release a single, it's $27 you have to pay for that track to stay forever. If you release an album, it's $49 for it to stay forever. So it's like they want your 30 something dollars a year, but then for every single, if you want to keep it, like let's say for some reason you don't re-up with them, it's $29. I don't know. I haven't paid. Nothing is legacy right now. If I was to stop tomorrow, stop paying, all my songs, like, they're gone. So
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I actually just for some weird reason accidentally signed up for a legacy on one of my releases, and now I can go back and take it off because I was like, well, I don't know if I want this, so I'm talking to support to see if I should keep the legacy or not. But as long as you subscribe with DistroKid, you're never gonna. Yeah, so they're kind of getting you stuck with subscribing with DistroKid. Yeah.
Yeah, but once I'm done, I have my money with DistroKid, the money I've made from streams, which I mean, for all those streams, it's still not a lot. So, but it will cover all the songs I have now. So when I decide, in 5 or 6 months, like this is it, I'm done. I'll be able to legacy them and not have to worry about it. Just walk away, and they're still getting plays, and I'm.
So you can legacy at any time. You've checked into that,
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You just
Yeah. So worth thinking about because who knows if someday DistroKid will all of a sudden be $100 a year.
Look, I'm not that talented of a musician to spend $100 a year, and I'm only making $95 a year.
Exactly. Do you ever think of dabbling with other genres, or sticking with this for now?
Yeah. Before I did 10eighty6, I had a project that's like mainly acoustic called Once a Poet, and I've thought about going back to that and kind of getting away from where I'm at right now because my brain is kind of trained to go one route with music. Mm-hmm. My songs that I write now, structure-wise, are better than how I'd structure my acoustic songs. My acoustic songs are just kind of like straight through. They're just boring, whatever. I mean, my songs now can still be boring, but they have a little bit more up and down to them, I guess, is the way to put it. So I've thought about stepping away and seeing and taking what I've learned now, and maybe do Once a Poet again. I really don't know, but I do know, and I wasn't going to talk about this, but like 2021 rolls around, and I think 1086 is done. Like I don't really feel like there's much more left to do with it. You know, maybe 3 or 4 more songs throughout the year, and let's kind of move on.
Interesting. Have you ever really done an electronic track with your guitar as well?
No, the only thing I've ever done that wasn't just a straight up acoustic recording was if I put some reverb on it and make it ring out. And that it sounds like it's at the back of a cathedral somewhere with Bon Iver floating in the air or something. I don't know, but it's that's about all I've done.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting thing if you've never done it to give it a whirl and see kind of how the guitar and the drums are working together, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just an idea, just a thought. It's interesting. Hey, I don't know. It saddens me a little bit to see 1086 go, but if that's your journey, that's your journey. Just so you know, I'm not your only fan, so other people will probably think the same way, but they will follow whatever project you do. Maybe there's room for it to grow. I don't know. I thought you were working on an EP.
Well, what I would like to do, like if this worked out like I wanted, from this point on, I'd work on my music. I'd get 5, 6, 7 songs up by January 1st, and then just release an album on January 1st. And I have a song that I have right now that's done. I can release right now. It's called The Last Time. And maybe, I don't know, let that be the title track and just drop an album, my first and last, and be done.
Yeah, so compile all these songs into album form.
Yeah, like what I would do is I'd take like my new 5 or 6 songs and I would put them on an album with all my other songs. Like so you're looking at 15, 18 songs maybe. And just kind of be done with it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, 15, 18, is that including instrumentals or?
No, I think I have dude, I don't even know how many songs I have that aren't instrumental. I think I have like 9 or 10, right? Or something? Like non-instrumental?
So you think you're going to make a 16, 18, I like it, a 16, 18 track album, make it huge and give it a break. Hey, and I've heard a lot of musicians say this project is over and come back to it. Hey, Angel Pie, thanks for showing up. We talked about you already. The track is awesome.
There she is. We were just talking shit about you. Frickin' Canadians, just kidding. Just kidding.
Angel Pie, the track is awesome. And welcome to the NetVO community. You'll probably be meeting more NetVO people as this track gets more play. It's kind of the way it's going. Everybody knows everybody, whether they're an official NetVO member or not. People are. Well, that's a big bomb you just dropped there. I don't have anything left to say after the album talk.
I mean, I wouldn't say like it would be to where I consider now, like even though I only do a song every 3 or 4 months, to me this is actively pursuing music, and really it's not, because you have people like Polly, for example. She's every time you turn around, she's got this freaking just a little 2-minute song. You're like, what the hell? Like she's like, yeah, I wrote this last night. It's like, okay, well I've been working on a song for 2 months now. I got like 1 line of the first verse, and here you are freaking going Lana Del Rey on everybody. But so I guess I just wouldn't actively pursue it. Like if I sat down one day and was like, okay, let me start this, and then if for some reason I just kind of want to, and I would stop posting. I probably would stop posting on Instagram, stuff like that. I just don't want to. But we don't know. It's just a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a interesting thought. I mean, it's a lot to have a family and to do music, and trust me, I understand that
Yeah.
all
I
too
mean,
well.
because I can just go, I can just go sling crack on the road and make way more money than what I'm doing with music.
Yeah,
It's so
that's
much
a
easier. Yeah.
yeah, so
And you
much
don't
easier and
have to
so much
be,
more profitable.
yeah, you don't have to be creative. You're just like, here's your crack, and you just,
Well, yeah. So where is your connection with music? Like, where did it start? Where do you remember a moment where you said, "I want to pursue this"? I mean, was there a big moment? You were 18. You're like, "Friggin' music is it." I mean,
okay, I bought a guitar. I bought a guitar from a girl that I knew and that I graduated with in 2007 for $400. And nine. So I bought it. It's set up for 2 years. The movie Varsity Blues, right? The
yes,
movie
yes.
Varsity Blues. Okay. Well, the song by Collective Soul, "Run," was like the theme song. I sat down one day with like guitartabs.com or something and learned that song because I had most of the major chords. Played it over and over and over and over. So I learned how to play guitar. That was 2009-ish. Then I wasn't going to do anything with it. I couldn't really play other people's songs because I was like, I couldn't sing and I was butchering this and butchering that. So then I heard Bonnie Bear, Skinny Love. And I was like, fuck, like this is the song you just freaking feel. And then I heard some more stuff and I was like, holy shit, like this dude. And then his story is what got me into doing music because he sat in a freaking cabin in the middle of a snowstorm with some type of liver disease and had his own little old school recorder and a damn guitar that he bought off of like eBay for like $50 and would record like 80 of his voices over, whatever it was. But it made that like, and when he took that out to guys, he was like, here's my demo of my album. They're like, no, the fuck, it's not a demo. Like, this is an actual album. Like, holy shit. And so what he did with that in a little cabin, I was like, okay, well, maybe I can do that. And never got close. Never got close. So it's been a long, slow journey, if you want to call it a journey. It's been kind of like me pissing off here and there.
Yeah, it's a tough journey, that's for sure. Yeah, and I remember that when Bonnie Bear came out, and I remember that story, and I love his work. Oh my gosh, we only have a minute here. We're not going to be able to take questions. We have a minute left in the live. We made it an hour. I think this is the longest we've gone.
I told you I was gonna fuck it up, man. I told you.
No, you
see,
did great.
I can't.
You did great. You did great. Thank you, dude, for this. And I will need to make sure I save this with all my energy.
Yep. Well, dude, it was a pleasure, man.
Yeah, man, real good stuff. We hit everything we could. So, thank you everybody for showing up. It's been a great time. Thanks for all your comments. We were so busy we couldn't really listen to them as much. So, we'll talk again maybe soon around definitely around before 2021. We'll have another talk. Kelly Kapowski. All right, we're out. Thank you, everybody. Thanks again, dude.
See y'all later.